What's up, guys? How you been? Where am I at? I'm in a place called Walla Market in Ayutthaya on the island. It is technically, you could say, sometimes it's referred to as the Chinese market. Why is it Chinese market? Because the Chinese shops are here. A lot of Chinese, a bit dark here, let me turn around. So a lot of the shops are Chinese shops. And what is that? You know, selling traditional Chinese stuff. And I'll walk over to the herb shop. You know, if you ever seen it on TV or been there, your typical Chinese looking herb shop, okay? So, I'm gonna walk in the market and you can have a look around and I have a chat. So this area around here is the fish, meat, and a little bit of vegetables, spices, food basically, all food stuff. And it's sawadee krap.
Sawadee krap. Chicken.
Chicken? Say guy.
Guy.
So they sell guy chicken. So there's all kinds of different foods here. If you look, it's like a lot of it's already closed. And that is because the market is traditionally open at like 4 o'clock in the morning. They'll open up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and be gone around lunchtime. There's a tea place I used to come when I lived on the island. Oh, sorry, when I lived just off the island, when I lived near Ayutthaya. There's a tea place over there. There's some guys used to come in the early morning and I'd sit and talk to them. I'm gonna see if this Chinese temple is open. If it's open, I'll show you it. The sun's a little bit bright, so it's open. I'm just gonna go in. I'm not gonna go in actually into the temple. Looks like they're touching up the paint up there, which is nice. Really pretty. There's the artist brushes over there. There's an artist. I'll show you something else on the way. If you want to get a boat ride around the outside of the island, I forget what it costs now. I've never done it myself. I keep meaning to do it, but I've never done it. You have to walk down this little alleyway. So there's no signs. You just have to know where to go. Sawadee krap. So you just go down here and you get the boat when it comes by, like a bus stop. So the river will come down and then go 2 ways, around the island and straight. I'm going to walk over to the Chinese herb shop, see if I can find it. This is the apartments under the building up here, see them? I don't know if people still live in them or not. I think they do. But this is called Walla Market, okay? And sometimes referred to as the Chinese market. You can see up here, you have Chinese symbols. I don't know if that's Thai or Chinese, but that's the Chinese up there. And this is all Buddha stuff. Chop. They basically have everything here. There's a hair shop, clothes shop, material shop, everything you need. Bedding, pots and pans, food over the other side, which I've showed you. The herb shop's kind of in the middle, so you have to be careful walking down this way because this is actually, believe it or not, a road inside the shopping center. A road in the mall. Sawadee-ka. YouTube. And you know, when you think about something, Sawadee-ka. When you think about something, the information will come to you, right? Have you ever found that happen? When you just concentrate on something. Right, I'm going to show you the herb shop first because I'm here. Sawadee-ka.
What can I do for you?
Just looking at your pretty shop. Is all your herbs? People, this is Chinese herbs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, not normal medicine, but Chinese herbs.
Pharmacology. Pharmacoc.
Pharma?
Understand pharmacoc?
Pharmacoc?
Okay.
When you make it, is that one prescription or many?
It's a Thai recipe and Chinese recipe. To cure the disease.
Okay, cool. How many different herbs do you use?
From the Thai herb in the forest. Thai forest. North, south and east.
It's every day?
110, about estimate 110 years.
Every day? Oh, years?
Yes.
Okay.
To my grandfather.
Your grandfather, okay. So like 20 herbs or 30 different herbs you use every day?
It's a lot of.
A lot of different herbs. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
So he says he uses Thai herbs for municipal, kill the disease, as he says, okay? So now I'm going to find somewhere where I can sit and try to explain, because walking and talking and thinking about it all at the same time, I really can't talk freely. So I'm going to try to talk freely. If you want to ever see a real market, a real Thai Chinese market, Walla Market is the best one because it's inside. It's not AC. It's, you know, you can see there's a bridge going off the island over here and everywhere, right? But what's cool about it is it's under the sun can't get you, and there's a lot of fans. This is a little tea shop that I used to come to a lot. I just got a cold Thai tea. Say cha yen, cold tea. Oh, cha is tea, yen is cold. So cold tea, and when you ask for cold tea, you get Thai tea. Khop khun krap. Okay, I have some tea, and I'm sitting down. I'm just cooling down a little bit. So now I can tell you my story, if it's not too noisy. Story. If you have depression, people a lot of times will say, oh, just do this, or just do that, or just do this, or just do that. That's easy for somebody to say who doesn't have depression. Because when you have depression, it's hard to see the outside. Do I have depression? I would say no. But do I get down in the dumps? Yes. and how do I get out of it? Okay, so I don't need any comments on how to fix things or anything like that before I tell my story, okay? If you have a decent childhood, you have a loving father and a loving mother who want to spend time together, you know, like three people together sharing life. You know, laughing, joking, playing together from the time you're born. You know, that gives you a basis of normal. I didn't have that. I didn't have somebody to hug me and cuddle me and want to spend time with me. I did have an alcoholic father who wanted to use me as a punch bag, physical, and the same with verbally and mentally and physically. So it took me many, many years to learn what is normal. And I guess I was like in my middle, I'm thinking I was like 32, 33, when I finally was able to stop the noise, the chatter in my head, you know, the disturbing chatter I had. I was about 33, I guess, when I finally able to stop that. But then I spent years and years meditating. And I can say meditation is like a journey. You don't know where you're going, but you arrive. This is my experience, okay? No need to comment, my experience. So meditation is like a journey. It's almost like you get on a bus and eventually you pop out somewhere. And where did I pop out? I guess you could call it mindfulness. The ability to separate your conscious mind from your emotions, to split yourself from your emotions. Before that, when you have an emotion, you think that's your life. But it's like, I can say it's like somebody sitting on the edge of a cliff watching somebody walk by. So you, the person, is sitting on the cliff, and the person, you, the physical body, is walking by with an emotion. But the guy sitting on the cliff or lady sitting on the cliff observes the person walking by. So you're able to separate. And I learned that through meditation. So that's how I'm able to survive. I wouldn't say I have depression, but I would say I have get down in the dumps at times, and I'm able to pull myself out with that little trick I just told you. So if somebody can use that to help themselves, please do, and I hope you can find something. For me to mention the depression thing, I can say a couple weeks ago I thought I had some kind of form of depression trying to get me, but I was at first it sort of sneaks up on you, and then you realize you're sitting in it, and then from that point I was able to pull myself out and look back. I've been able to do that since I would not say mastered, because I don't know what higher levels of meditation are, but I'll say that's what I learned through meditation. So the next thing I want to say is over the last couple weeks I've been feeling something like you've heard me say this before many times, that I feel I don't belong here. It's like I'm a visitor from another place, and I come here and I can smile and I can interact with people, but I don't have any. In my whole life, I never felt I have a deep connection with anybody. A deep, deep connection. Or the connection that I feel I'm supposed to have. You know, I was married 2 times, and both times they cheated. And maybe I feel this way because of my childhood. I don't know what normal is. And the 2 relationships I've had, married relationships I've had, maybe, I don't know, but I do still feel I don't belong here. Do I want to commit suicide? I thought about it, but no. Today, as I said earlier, sometimes it's funny. You think about something for a period of time, maybe a day, 2 days, 3 days, and then next thing you know, information comes. On Facebook, there's a group called Spirit Science. And this morning I was just flicking through Facebook. I don't really like to go there anymore, but I just flicking through, and they had a little picture, meme or whatever they're called, and it said something like, depression is when the body fights to live and the mind wants to die. I thought that was amazing. Die sounds like a terrible word, but die could also mean just don't want to be here. Needs to escape the earth suit and go somewhere else. You know, like I said, when you think about something a lot, information comes. And this morning, a dear friend sent me a message that says, I haven't heard or seen you for a few days. Is there something wrong? Or are you experiencing, what was the word? There's a certain word, but something like that, change. And I was like, how did you know that? And she knows who she is. So I thought, how do you know that? So you could, when you go through a spiritual change, what happens is your body changes, and while it's changing, you feel disturbed. So the last few days why you haven't heard much from me, or I maybe looked a little bit down, is because of that. Am I all the way through it? I don't think so, but I'm able to sit on the cliff and look and observe. So it's just a matter of time. And that change can affect your mind, and it can affect your body. And it feels disturbing. It's like you're out of sync, out of your norm. It's like something's changing, and I guess it's like you know, when you tune the frequency of a radio, when the radio's off, you don't hear the radio correct. Something like that. I don't know how to explain it well. But that's what I've been going through. And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. So I'll close here in Waller Market and sit here and enjoy my tea. Okay guys, gonna sign off. Buckets of blessings. And there's a river right here, so you can have rivers of love, peace, and kindness. Look after yourselves. Buckets. See you in the morning. All the best, guys.